The number one requirement for somebody to be good at sales is they need to have. What are the three main characteristics that I would look for when hiring somebody? And I tell you, this is very, 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 very important because it's a common misconception that you need to hire people who's already great salespeople, right? You need to hire, people who's already have a phenomenal sales track record to bring into your business. And listen, sometimes that might be great, but sometimes, not necessarily, sometimes they might bring in baggage. So for me, I rather hire somebody who's brand new, never done sales before, as long as they fit those three criteria. And here are those three criteria. Number one, there has to be somebody who's got energy, because the money follows energy, and the heartbeat of your business is money, and the money comes from sales. So you need to follow the system, which is the money follows energy. If people haven't got no energy, right, they're not going to attract no money. There's some kind of deadbeat people. Because for me, when I'm buying something, somebody hasn't got energy, they haven't got the passion. To me, it kind of like sends the signal like they're not really sold out to the thing. But the reason why I think it's so much energy, the reason why I think it's so much passion, because everything I'm telling you, I 100% believe it. And it's very easy to translate that. It's very easy to pass that on to somebody. So number one, they have to have energy. Number two is they have to be somebody who's likable. They have to be somebody people would like to do business with. You wouldn't believe the amount of times I've got away with sales because I am somebody who's likable. I'm just somebody that people just like, right? So if you're going to hire somebody to do sales, you want them to be somebody who's a likable person. And the third thing is, I'll tell you this. This is the number one tool, the number one requirement for somebody to be good at sales is they need to have desire, guys. They need to have the right hunger. They need to want this, because this is one of the most lucrative industries. In fact, it's one of the most lucrative skills that somebody can have is sales. So they need to have the desire. They need to have the willingness to go through the no's, to go through the rejections, right? To become successful. So there's three things that you want in your top salesperson. You want them to have the right hunger. You want them to have the right energy. And number three, you want them to be a likable person. Now, there's many different sales that I've done over the years, right? But when I used to do car sales, when I used to work for companies like Jaguar Land Rover, I used to realize that people who come to buy those cars, they are normally emotional buyers. They come to buy emotionally. So I used to sell them on their emotions, because that's what's going to make them trigger. That's what's going to make them buy. So I used to highlight, like, listen, this one here, it's got 18-inch, chrome black alloy wheels. It's got a power boot lid. You just press the button and the boot closes by itself. It's like, wow, man, this is amazing, right? They used to buy on emotion. Now, when I used to sell property, when I used to work as an estate agent, right? There's no point to selling emotions to be like, oh wow, it's got a massive stove and the living room is so wow. No, it's a logical purchase, right? It's a logical buy. So it's a different kind of selling emotionally to a different kind of sales logically. So if you're a salesperson or you're a business owner, you need to identify, what product am I selling? Is it an emotional purchase or is it a logical purchase? Sometimes it's good to integrate them both, depending on your product and also depending on the buyer. So let me ask you a question. How are you selling? Emotionally or logically?